Is he here? Oh! This is the collab you never thought you would
Yeah.
see. Estee, how is
What's
it
good? What's
going?
good, bro? I'm
You,
doing good, Henry. Loving the streams, man. Loving the content. You're doing what a lot of people aren't doing, and it's speaking out against these horrible things that people of privilege can do. So I gotta applaud you for that one.
applaud me, bro. You've been putting in work for almost a decade, man. How does it feel to is YouTube your full-time thing?
I mean, now I just recently graduated college a few months ago, so for right
Hey.
now, it definitely is a full thing. I do
Oh
got
my.
a band that I'm also doing on the side as well, and I have a TV job, so I do a lot of stuff,
Oh
definitely to keep
man.
myself busy.
All right, so Estee, how did you come across my content? Just by like, I see you, I saw you in the comments. I didn't want to plug you out because I'm like, sometimes big creators be like, I can't be associated with Henry, man. He's bad for business.
I think I just saw you on because sometimes like to look up like new creators, I would look up Power Rangers on YouTube and filter by upload date, and I would just see like all the new people pop up, and then I just saw one of your live streams.
Holy crap. All right. Well, now that this is out in the forefront, what do you think about this whole Austin St. John and uh the Hitler stuff? Like
I
have you followed it? Are you aware?
I've definitely followed it thanks to your live streams and whatnot. I do got to say that this is definitely nothing new for ASJ in terms of problematic things.
Okay. Okay.
I saw you commented on one of my videos today about that
The
fan film,
the
right?
the order and the
And
survivals in stuff that
that's stuff I plan to talk about in the future. But I have seen that every time that stuff like that does get mentioned, they would immediately get backlash and call outs and emails and lawyers from the actors and actresses associated with that. When I was younger, I was 17. I did make a video about Austin St. John because he did on his web. I linked it. I replied to your comment, and it was basically on his website. He would sell alongside his autographed Power Ranger toys. He would also sell bootleg Chinese Power Ranger toys from like Wish.com, and would just put it on his website for ridiculous prices.
Oh, I think you
Uh,
did do that expose on the prices. Hey, how the hell you watching all my videos but you ain't subbed? Come on, man. Hit that sub button.
many, many, many years
I
ago, and
think
I
you
got
did. I think I watched it because I want to say you were calling out like items being overpriced on the website or something. I watched
100%.
it. I was like,
No, that was definitely crazy, and at that time, I did get a lot of backlash from ASJ fans. Like I mentioned in the chat earlier, it's like people can do these things, be ignorant, say and do what they want on the internet, but at the end of the day, there will be people who are just as ignorant and will continue deciding to give money to these people who has a heart that really truly isn't in the right place. I mentioned it also in the chat earlier, but a few years ago, SJ was like a COVID denier.
oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, like COVID's not real. One of those guys.
yeah, I just found the Facebook post. If you want to put it in the chat, actually, I just left. But if you scroll on his Facebook, the post is still there. It's like it's like a year by year on like what's the newest scare and like coronavirus was. It's on his Facebook.
Uh huh.
I can probably scroll for another minute and find it. But there's that, and obviously the PPP fraud.
Yeah, that's the when
Um,
you type COVID and ASJ, that's the first thing that comes up,
yeah.
man. Unless you like friends with me on Discord or Instagram, if you send it to me, I could post it. But I that's the only way. I don't think people can link stuff in the chat.
No, yeah. So I mean, ASJ, nothing new. Always kind of been a controversial figure, especially in the beef with JDF. I
What?
myself have been trying to investigate the beef on like where it started and like the ups and downs of it's kind of hard to track because all this is like from conventions, hearsay, and stuff like that.
Well, I don't. It started with the when Austin St. John came back, and I mean Francis would know it better. When Austin St. John came back, he was the hot shot. He was, oh man, we've seen JDF for years, and now we get Austin St. John, and he was making so much money, and it was a what was it? Austin St. John, Jason David Frank wanted to fight him in an exhibition, and the payout was 25,000 apiece, and Austin St. John was like, no, or whatever, and then
They should have done it.
he should have done it, but he would have got embarrassed. And you have to remember, Austin St. John's agent, Zach Taylor McGinnis, is Jason David Frank's old agent. And he fired him. And then that's what led to the. Did you see the
That Facebook post? Yeah, no, I saw that. That was
yeah.
horrible.
So when you have stuff like that going around, it's like I don't think it's ever gonna stop. You know, like it's unfortunate. We would never get the ASJ JDF photo. And then I think what happened was when ASJ came back, he was super popular more than JDF. And then over time, JDF regained that popularity, and ASJ was talking shit with the new agent. And then the beef just was eternal. And then the whole Jason went collab with Austin St. John because his manager was talking shit about him. So you have that all going on. But do you think Austin St. John will recover from the comments?
I feel like it's maybe a little bit too early to call as he hasn't officially released a statement. I was on his Facebook trying to see if there was any statement, and there was just one reply from his team.
I got it. Yeah, go ahead. Say it. Yeah, I got it. But say it. Yeah, I saw the.
It says, "I can tell you," because the original comment asked, "I hope you don't agree with Hitler. It will break my heart." And the reply, which wasn't from Austin, by the way, it's from Team Austin.
It's probably Susan Matisse. Yeah, it's her tone, if you will.
There's so many characters in this lore. I don't know. It's been interesting just watching your streams and seeing all that. But the comment basically says, "I can tell you he does not." He replied to some on Instagram saying that H was a prime example of what not to do. Team Austin.
But you still want to put. What's the one-liner quote that you think he's going to want to put on the shirt? That's where I'm stuck at.
I honestly would have no clue. Like I don't know. Like you would look at this figure that leaded a genocide of people, and I don't know how you can take any good from anything that he would say, even if it's meant to feel powerful or strong, like a ranger. Like I don't think that really would make sense, especially when you're going to capitalize off that for your own incentive gain.
Okay. Now, what do you think about Amy Jo Johnson shading him with the tweets about him needing a publicist and Red Ranger going rogue? Are you familiar with that story?
I saw the two tweets. I've seen kind of a mixed reaction on Twitter. I'm not really quite sure what to think of it at the moment because I'm pretty sure that she could have contacted ASJ at any moment about that, but went on the internet for it instead, which, subtweeting is the thing nowadays. So it is definitely one way to send a message. And I think that one of those tweets obviously is probably the domino of all those articles that we're seeing now.
Yes, man. I am first of all, I ain't even get to say like thank you for blessing us with your presence. It's not every day we get the big dog himself. Do you consider yourself the GOAT of Power Ranger content creation?
I don't consider myself the GOAT per se. And that's mostly because when I started doing YouTube, specifically Power Rangers content in like 2014, 2015, like there was people that I saw that were already making content, and how I wanted to do my stuff was like, I wanted to make Power Rangers content for people my age, because I was 14, 15. Now I'm 23, and I'm still trying to do stuff like that, do content for people my age, or for anybody that kind of felt alone in a space of Power Rangers, because like you said, Power Rangers is a very niche community, it's
Very
a niche
small.
thing on your channel, but there's still kind of like this stuck community with it that has definitely grown throughout the years. Uh, but I'm definitely glad of the years and the support everybody has given me, and I just want to give my hats off to you and everybody else, all the new people doing their due diligence, especially you, because you know you're speaking out on all this stuff. And I used to do exposed videos like that. I kind of stopped because I was just like, damn, because I was like what 17 when I turned 18. I was like, man, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
I know.
That seems like
It,
a waste of my time. But the your investigations and everything you've done, it's definitely have been very interesting to see, and I will
Look,
keep watching.
man, I'm appreciative, and it looks like you have some of your supporters in here. Jamal Breezy say he's part of the E Squad.
Yo, Jamal, every time I live stream, Jamal's the first donation. He would donate $2 and would say eat squad. So shout out
I
Jamal.
got
Jamal's been
money.
watching since like 2017. I love Jamal.
Wow,
Shout out.
he a day oneer. Oh, salute to Jamal. Now look, guys, as they can confirm, this was not a planned thing, right? We did not plan to do this at all, right? This was
I
spur of
was
the
in bed.
moment.
I was ready to sleep, but like the discussion was getting heavy, and I saw Brent talking all that nonsense, and I had to come on.
What do you think about Brent, man? Like in his
I think it's also is maybe another example of ignorance, not necessarily one that a person could probably sense at first, because we're in this world of capitalism and we're blinded by all these people. Damn, are you serious?
yeah, he's look. Brent is a millionaire, so this is him with the first ticket at Wimbledon. All right, he was
That's
front row at Wimbledon. Then I think the next day he was like front row at the Beyonce concert in whatever city she was at.
and that's the thing. It's like when you're like, I've been educating myself a lot about like class and types of income, and when you're a person like this that has a lot of disposable income that you can just splurge on conventions and autographs and signatures, something like this may not be much of an effect to you, because you can see that and like, oh, that doesn't affect me at all. I wasn't affected by the Holocaust or what Hitler said. But the fact that there's people are affected by it, that are hurt by it, is definitely something that people
Let
should
him
look out for.
cook.
And the same thing could be said about like the genocide happening on Palestine today too. A lot of ignorance happening around that as well. And I think a lot of people should take time out of their daily lives and social media and just do a Google search, do some research, and you can see why quoting Hitler on a shirt would be bad.
What do you mean? He has some good one-liners. What are you
Some
talking
good
about?
one-liners, man. What a strong figure. Don't, they're gonna clip that out of context. I'm cooked.
Oh my goodness, man. Este, this has been interesting. I'm just out of curiosity, let's lighten the mood just a little bit. What's your favorite Power Ranger series, episode, and Ranger? For the people who may not know, like everyone's not, Jamal Breezy out here.
My so my favorite as a kid was definitely SPD, just because of the world that they created, the aliens, and the set design was beautiful. Like I studied television for shows like Power Rangers because I wanted to grow up and make shows like that and make my mark. When I was growing up, I definitely did caught an interest into RPM a little more, and now I've been kind of backtracing on other Power Ranger shows as well, because I'm a Disney kid. I was born on Jetix and Toon Disney and ABC Kids, but now I'm going back. I recently saw Lightspeed Rescue. I really enjoy that as well, and I'm dipping my toes into Super Sentai as well. Like
Ooh,
they have a lot of those free on Tubi, so I've been
not Tubi though.
getting the Tubi original movies are crazy. But
Oh man, not
yeah,
Tubi.
SPD, RPM, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm. Those are the goats. Those are the goats for me.
See, you see how like, and we're not trying to rag on Estate, but you see how like one, I'm like close to 40, where I'm like, yo, MMPR is the goat, man. I don't even know what this Power Rangers SPD is, man. JDF is the goat. But Power Rangers, the beauty about it is it spans over 3 generations. So depending on where people are at, they're gonna have different favorites or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to tap in with people who don't think like you and have a different preference, sort of say.
No,
Um,
100%. There's and adding on to that, it's the beauty of generations is like you can have people that saw the 2010s Power Rangers, something I just did a video about, and think of those as like the worst seasons ever. But for somebody, it could have been their first season, could have
exactly,
been their favorite
exactly.
season, and that's the beauty of Power Rangers. There's always something to enjoy, always something to pick out of a message and stuff you can take to heart. And it's a shame that actors are using that to take advantage of these fans.
Oh, what Este, man, you have been cooking. You are wise
Let him cook.
beyond your years, man. How'd you get this wisdom?
It's all a matter of like the start of my YouTube channel. I always felt like the internet and the Ranger board, the forums kind of have made Power Rangers community like a closed circle. And the goal of my channel and the wave I've been trying to do is just like have everybody talk about it, have everybody talk about what they like, what they don't like, and just make not even just good debate, but just great discussion overall. And I think that's good that we're getting people of from many different countries talking about the show in many different eras and ages too. And I think that on the ASJ video is still up.
Yep. See, look. Whoa. You see the red bar? You see the red bar? I watched it.
Yeah, you was watching. I see you. I see you.
I was like, yo, he was cooking, guys.
Glorious tour. But y'all don't want to know about that. Y'all are here for some exposing, which is what I'm here to do.
I look at these old videos and I'm like, no, young me. But that was the start. That truly was the start. And
you've come a long way, man. You've come a long way. I was like, wow, he's really one, guys. This is a really great video. If you want to talk about how the exploitation of Chinese markets to American fans is exploited. Hey, these are Chinese toys at American prices. And Este was early. How old were you when you made this video?
I was, what was that, 2018? I was like 17.
Jesus. And you were cooking ASJ back then. Is it interesting that to see it come full circle? Or is it like, as you said, no big surprise?
It's definitely no big surprise, and at least for me, and maybe for Heirloom who's watching and other people, because we see this happen time and time again of Ranger actors doing things, liking a certain tweet that really is just problematic and goes against what Power Rangers is about, and that being inclusivity and anybody wanting to be a Power Ranger and wanting to make a change. And that's another thing that I wanted to mention too about ASJ and his JDF thing, because JDF in the community was always one to be
Let him cook.
Poked at. Even I made my fair share of JDF jokes because bro was funny. Bro could have been off the rails from time to time, and it's stuff for the community to look at. But at the end of the day, JDF did a lot for the fans and did a lot for Power Rangers as a brand, especially in those Haim Saban years of the 2010s. Him and Saban was like this, cooking. Shout out to Francis, by the way. I always love seeing it. I met Francis once. I was like 14, and I didn't have any money. I was just like, I went up to Francis and I was like, I just want to meet JDF. I just want to say hi. And she was very nice about it. And so I got the chance to meet JDF that one time.
Oh, look at this. Coming full circle.
Yeah.
A young 14-year-old, no money, goes up, meets the hero, and Francis was like, yeah, go ahead. You can go say hi to him and shit. Like, wow.
I had, and the sad part is that I had an opposite experience when I met ASJ.
No way.
I think it was a year after. It was at Florida SuperCon. I was 15, and I went to his booth. I wasn't buying anything. I was just talking to him, and bro just kind of seemed like unamused. It was kind of an awkward thing. Like I don't know. I was really excited because I was like, oh, Red Power Ranger OG, and it definitely wasn't really how I expected things going. He had a cool necklace on. He had like a necklace with the gold Zeo Ranger key on it. And I was like, hey, cool necklace. And he was like, thanks. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll go now.
Well, you're not Brent. Brent gets a full on, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What are you here for? Brent dropped like $300-400 down, and they just be, hey, come behind the booth and hang out for a bit. So he get the full experience, man. I'm telling you, guys, if you ever want to see what it's like when you got money at Comic-Con, you see Brent at a Comic-Con, just say, yo, can I just follow you? Just follow him. And you be like, damn, everyone's like so nice. Hey, how you doing? They having like, 2-hour conversations with him with long lines and shit. They just like, Brent. Craziest thing I ever seen.
These conventions, man, it's like this is moneymaker for a lot of people. I myself didn't really spend a lot of money growing up buying all these autographs because it's not like I had a lot of money coming up. When I went to PMC 2018 for the first time, that was like I had a budget and I got all the SBD Rangers to sign a poster, and that was like that was my thing. And for me, that was worth it. But seeing these actors charge like hundreds and $200s,
yeah, I think
that definitely is a little nonsense.
I think,
but people are paying it, so
it's a market for it. There's a market.
Rent is due.
Holy shit! Yeah,
your rent's due, motherfucker.
Oh man, yeah, it is close. Well, it's the middle of the month. All right. Well, look, Estee, we don't want to take up too much of your time, man. Any last words? And look, forever grateful for you coming on my platform. Brave coming on my platform. Maybe some people may say it's foolish to be associated with me, Estee. What do you think about that?
I like to be one that's a little bit truthful to my word and put my money where my mouth is in certain degrees. And I feel like it's more important to say what's right than to be negligent and say nothing. Because the truth really is what matters here, and people need to hear the truth. And yeah, I think that's really important. And I was hearing what you said about Scott probably never speaking publicly about the stuff that he said with Brent. And
tell the whole truth.
The Power
all
Rangers
the time.
community hasn't found out about that yet. I feel like they will eventually, and it's worrying. It's very worrying because this is a family event, and if I was a parent, I would not want someone like that around my child. But that's another topic.
We didn't even touch on the Jacob Frank stuff. We didn't even touch on it.
That's a whole loophole, but I we can touch on that another time. But it's really saddening. Like I said, it's really saddening how ignorant people can be when you look at these things and just find any ways to defend people that probably wouldn't blind an eye to you.
Yo,
really sad.
Estee, you've cooked, you've came, you saw, you conquered. It's a perfect interview. Thank you. Everybody go support Estee. Man, I'm impressed. I wish you nothing but success. You can come on anytime. What's the name of your band? Plug your band before you leave.
5 Loco. It's 5 LO. I can't do a K.
You throwing up gang signs like Estee?
Album back in July, and we're doing more music. It's some, as the legend says, and we just dropped the Patreon too. We're doing a lot of music stuff. Like YouTube's great, but I'm also a creative person. I love music, so if y'all like indie pop with a little English Spanish combination, go ahead and check it out.
All right, so, man. Gracias for coming on. See you,
Estee. Appreciate the love, Henry.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Nada.
Yo, that was Estee. Oh my God, man. What the hell?